We're now on this card road, taking the next road on the right, which we can see early on the sign is a one-way street and a 20 zone. So you can turn as early as you want there, not worry about cutting the corner, going into a one-way street. We can turn more onto the right hand side if you feel that's the best position to turn into. This is called Parkside. Just coming up here, Parkside, is a crossroad, and the danger is more to the right here for people coming from the park, like cyclists or just children running back to their homes. So make sure you slow and give a great look both sides before you continue into Hampstead Road. This is a long road and it's quite easy to forget about you being in a one-way street, but it is one big hint and reminder constantly as we're heading down this road. Sometimes you will spot the signs to the right. There you go, watching out for cars who don't check the blind spots there. So sometimes you'll spot the one-way signs, but other clues are look at all the cars either side of the road, all facing the same direction. So when the examiner says turn right at the end of the road, we want the right hand lane all the way across. These triangles on the floor are exactly that, give way triangles, they're not arrows. And our last clue is the broken double lines all the way across the road from the left towards the right to let us know that it's a one-way street. No one is going to be turning into this road, only us are able to turn out of it. The road from Hampstead leads us on towards Portland Road. We're now going to be turning into Asheville Road off Oakdale Road. It's quite a sharp first gear turn, and as you turn in there's always parked cars at least on the right hand side of the road, so really take it slow coming in. There's a school on the left, so hold your speed because there still might be more cars coming along, either to pick up or drop off children or just passing through this road, but it can always be quite busy with traffic. Also along this route the examiner won't give you any directions because we have to respond to road signs and markings. So as we start this bend around to the right, we can see ahead of us is a no entry sign, which means we must take the next left going into the one-way system. If you didn't indicate there, not worry about it, but do check your centre and left mirror. So now that we're in the one-way system, again it's a slow, sharp right-hand turn. You never know what's around the corner. And there's a lot of parked cars in this road. Very narrow today on this video. And the examiner will ask you to turn right at the end of the road. Remember, it's a one-way street, so we must position the car as far to the right as safely as we can. And because of the van and caravan, we can't go all the way over to the right position, so I'm as close to that position as I can get. Also, there's quite a few parked cars on this main road that I want to join, so I've held a little bit back from the end of the road to see down the pavement for safety. I'm being patient until I can see my space, and then I'm going to crawl out, not go too quick, until I can see around the van and obstruction before I make my full commitment turn in case I've missed something like a motorbike or a cyclist. So that's Oakdale into Asheville, and a one-way street turning right at the end of the road, getting as right as we possibly can. To the right, which I can already see early, is a one-way street. So because of this, I can turn as early into that road. We're not cutting the corner into Burns Avenue because it's a one-way, but again there's parking spaces on either side of the road, so make sure you can see in enough to know if you're aiming for the middle of the lane as you go in, or if you can keep more to the right as you enter. So this is Burns Avenue, a one-way street. At the end of the road we're going to turn to the right, but we have clear floor markings to tell us to use the right hand lane if we're making that turn. What is tricky at this road is parked cars to the right of us as we emerge. sometimes the view is awful and it might be better to stop a little bit early at the end of the road to see along the pavement, then get to the end and see that there's a car blocking our view. We're now on Seaview Road heading towards Liscard Village, which is itself a one-way system. We're currently on Knowsley Road, and at the end of this road we're going to be turning to the left. The thing to watch out for about this road is the change in system. We're turning left here, but you can see just on the bend as we turn, it becomes a one-way street. So as I've turned now, I'm now on a one-way street. Now it's quite clearly marked here with an arrow down the middle of the road, and then the lane split into two, and we're turning right at the end, so you want to be fully over into the right-hand lane. Again, floor markings and the triangles will let us know that, with the double broken white line at the end of the road going from the left all the way to the right. That's our last hint to let us know we're in a one-way street. This is Queen's Way. Leading on to Belvedere Road. So we're now going to be at Wallasey Village Roundabout, turning right. It's the third exit to St John's Road, which is a one-way street. So we check our centre and right mirror. And Wallasey Village Roundabout is a little bit unusual. On the approach, it's a standard roundabout. But as we come towards our exit, we're going to see that we have a give way sign and marking. So we must give way to traffic coming from the left, which I'm having to do here. There's quite a few cars. But you see directly ahead, St John's Road has the one-way signs either side of the road. When I see a space, I'm going to gently move myself into the road. And again, if you've missed those signs, there's a subtle hint of all the parked cars facing the same direction to let us know that we're on a one-way street. At the end of this road, the examiner will ask us to turn right. So I'll check my centre and right mirror and indicate a position as far over to the right as I safely can. And we can see on this junction we do have the arrows at the end of the road as a good reminder of the position that we need to keep at the end of the road. It's a bit of a hill start at the end of the road also, so make sure you take your time, feel that bite before you start to move away and not panic.